What's up everybody, we're back. We're here with the Inspire guitar from Enya Music. It's a really cool guitar with a lot of features, which I covered in a previous video, but I want to cover one feature that really needs a little bit more time to explain. So I'm going to break down the recording capabilities of this guitar straight from the USB-C port. I'm going to break down how it works with your phone, how it works with your laptop. I'm going to talk about where it excels and some situations where it's not going to be ideal. There's a lot to get into. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. If this is your first time seeing this guitar, this is the Inspire guitar from Enya Music. There's a lot of unique things about this guitar. There's internal DSP, there's an onboard speaker and amp, it's made of carbon fiber, it's got a 0 fret, it's got a unique cutaway on the back. I talk about all those features in a different video, link in the description. But something I didn't touch on in that video that I'm going to do in this video is the recording aspect using the USB-C port on the guitar. The USB-C port is multifunctional. The main use is for charging the battery in this guitar, and that battery runs the internal DSP, the amp, and the speaker. And you'll need power in order to use this as an audio interface for your phone or for your laptop through the provided USB-C cable. So the port is for charging and connecting to your device. When you plug it into your phone or your computer, the guitar becomes the sound card. So all audio then goes in and out through the guitar. So if you're listening to music on your phone, that music is now coming out of the speaker, in addition to the guitar through the internal DSP. Same thing with your computer. If you're listening to music on your computer, it's now coming out of the guitar. And you still have the guitar going through the internal DSP out the speaker as well. And you can control all those levels through the app on your phone. This feature is great if you want to record straight from the guitar to your phone using the internal DSP, which is great if you're just trying to capture an idea or you're trying to make content. Set up your phone how you want, plug your guitar in, hit record, play your part, and you have clear, direct audio from the guitar straight to your phone. This works great if you want to live stream from your phone as well. Hit go live on TikTok or YouTube or whatever app you want to use, and you have direct audio from the guitar going to your stream now, from plugging the USB-C cable from your guitar to your phone. It's as simple as that. And if that's what you're going for, that's great. There is one big downside to that though. If you wanted to talk at all, you can't do it. There is no microphone when you have the guitar plugged straight into the phone. The guitar is the sound card of the audio interface at that point, so all audio is going in and out of it. If you have the speaker on, you will hear everything through the speaker. If you have headphones plugged into the guitar, everything will be going through the headphones. So it's great if you just want to do guitar. It's not great if you're trying to talk and play at the same time. That's just not what it's set up for at the moment. Now let's talk about connecting it to a laptop. So if you're not using a DAW or digital recording software, it functions pretty much the same as plugging it into the phone. Guitar becomes a sound card. Everything goes in and out through the guitar. If you're playing music on your computer, it comes out the guitar. If you don't have headphones in, it comes out the speaker. If you have headphones in, it comes out the headphones. And then you have the direct guitar through the DSP and through the speaker or headphones or whatever. And the same limitations apply. You won't have a microphone at that point, so if you're trying to talk and play into a recording or stream, it's not going to work like that. Now it gets a little bit more complicated when you try to incorporate this into a DAW or digital audio workstation. In this case, I'm using Reaper, and you don't have to download drivers or anything like that. Plug the guitar in, then in preferences, you select Inspire as the input and the output. So now all of your project's audio will be going out of the guitar speaker or headphones if you have headphones plugged in. And you can play on top of that using the internal DSP without having to arm a track and monitor it through the software or anything like that. So if you have a track built in your project and you want to play over that using the internal DSP, then you're good to go. Where it's not going to work well is if you try to monitor it through a track on your DAW, or if you're trying to use third-party amp sims or plugins or anything like that. And if you turn off all the amps and everything in the DSP and try to run an amp sim through your DAW, you get this. So it's not really designed to be used like that right now. So just a word of warning, if you had that idea, it's not going to work like that. It really relies on using the internal DSP and listening to the guitar and playing the guitar that way. Now, if you want to record the guitar just on its own, all the amps and everything off, just like a dry guitar signal into your DAW, and then add amp sims and stuff, you can do that. But you can't record with all your tracks, because all your tracks are being summed down, going through the guitar, and then straight back into your computer. So if you're playing along with drums, you're re-recording your drums, and then your drums are going to go through the amp sim, and it's just not going to be a good time. So again, this guitar really shines if you're just trying to use the internal DSP along with other stuff. That's great. Through the USB-C to your computer, it can be done, but it's not very convenient, and it's not really designed for that right now. Editor Steven here, and I realized while editing the video, I need to explain something a little bit clearer. It's about using the dry signal from this guitar through the USB-C and using amp sims and stuff like that in your DAW. And so in order to get the driest signal you can, the first thing you gotta do is turn off all your onboard DSP. The guitar has to be on for it to be used as an audio interface, so you do need it on. You come into your app, hit edit, and then swipe up on everything. So now we just have the dry signal. Now we go into our DAW. You can see I have my guitar signal going there. What we need to do is go to Preferences again. Our input is going to be USB audio from Inspire, and our output is just going to be our speakers on the laptop. If you had headphones plugged into the laptop, that would be better too. But for now, we're just going to use the speakers here. So instead of doing the Inspire for both the input and the output, just do Inspire for the input, and then leave the output as speakers or whatever. I think that's the best way you're gonna do it. I don't think you can run multiple interfaces at the same time, which kind of would defeat the purpose of having the USB here to there anyway. So we're gonna run it like this. Inspire input, laptop speakers, output. I have my clean guitar channel here. I've got an amp sim loaded up. This is a neural amp modeler, orange rock reverb profile. And then down here, I'm gonna turn the big knob all the way down so I don't hear anything from the speaker. I'm hearing everything from the laptop now. Now we're gonna turn all of our effects on. With all that being said, you can also run effect plugins. Here's a delay. So I hope that makes sense. I clearly messed it up when I originally shot this video. So Inspire as the input, laptop speakers at the output. Turn off each piece of DSP on your signal, and you can run this through amp sims. Definitely not the best way to do that, but it works. Now back to the original video. So I hope all that makes sense. I know it's a little bit complicated and a little convoluted. Anything when it comes to recording guitar through a computer becomes complicated and convoluted. I'm not gonna lie. I confuse myself sometimes. So if you're still confused, I understand. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop a comment and I will try to get back to you and explain things the best I can. And if you want to learn more about Inspire, link to my original video in the description. And you could also leave a comment with a question and I will try to get back to you. So with that being said, I hope that clears up some things about recording direct from the Inspire guitar to your phone or to your computer using the USB-C port for their OTG or on-the-go recording. Again, if you have any questions, drop a comment. I'll try to get back to you. And with that being said, I think that's all I got. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.